The former Trump campaign chairman may face additional charges after lawyers in the Special Counsel's Russia investigation says he lied to them and broke his plea deal. Paul Manafort denies the claims. The news comes one day after the president's former lawyer pleaded guilty to misleading Congress. Michael Cohen now says he lied about Donald Trump's pursuit of a real estate project in Moscow in 2016. He says he did so to remain consistent with the then candidate's messaging. Joining me now by Skype from New York City is Michael Knowles of the Daily Wire and host of The Michael Knowles Show. So in your view, does the news about Paul Manafort and Michael Cohen call into question the president's character here?
Absolutely not. It calls into question the legitimacy of the Mueller investigation. Are Mueller and Michael Cohen, are Manafort and Michael Cohen dodgy people? Yes, of course. People who work in politics and in real estate and in law can be dodgy people, absolutely. But the trouble that Mueller has right now in his investigation is that every major crime that he's getting these Trump aides on is lying, to making false statements to investigators. And so he's saying Michael Cohen lied, Paul Manafort lied. Manafort lied, he got a plea deal, he lied about the plea deal. And now all of these liars are to be believed. Now they're suddenly honest, and we should believe that they're telling the truth because we're offering them a bargain to get out of prison if they tell the story that we want to tell. And the problem is, if they had been able to get these guys on any actual crime relating to the Trump campaign in Russia, they would have a lot more credibility. But if the only crime they get them on is lying, why on earth should we believe them now?
So let's look ahead now. I want to switch gears. Many pro-life Americans don't want their tax dollars funding Planned Parenthood. Pro-life lawmakers in Congress have not been able to deliver on that. Do you think that's because there's a disconnect between the politicians and what regular folks want?
There absolutely is. This is what President Trump supporters refer to as draining the swamp. We've seen this. We know politicians down there in D.C., and very often they feel that they have much more in common, even if they're Republican, even if they say they're conservative. They have more in common with the people who are on the coasts, who are only interested in fiscal matters, economic matters, who don't care about cultural issues. But culture is what matters. And what you've seen time and again in recent elections is we have been throwing these guys out. The majority of Americans oppose taxpayer funding for abortion. And if even the Republican lawmakers on the Hill can't get behind that and do something on it, the trend lines don't look very good for them having a much longer tenure in their offices.
Michael, you're Catholic. I want to very quickly get your reaction to EWTN's victory in the legal battle against the HHS Contraceptive Services mandate.
This is a wonderful victory, long overdue. I am so pleased that it could happen. My congratulations to EWTN. I just saw today at my dear, poor alma mater of Yale that Yale is now installing vending machines in dormitories to sell Plan B abortifacient drugs. This is clearly moving in a radical cultural direction. The science is clear. There is a period of time during which these drugs, such as Plan B and certainly others, can cause abortions, can cause embryos that have already been created to not implant and to be destroyed. A major win. If we can not exercise our conscience, our religious liberty, to not give our money toward killing young babies in this country, there is no religious liberty left. So fortunately, that liberty on which our country is founded has been preserved for another day, and EWTN has done a lot to help to advance that.
Such a lot of important ideas there. Michael Knowles, host of the Michael Knowles Show, thanks so much for talking with us.
Thanks for having me.